Hello everyone and welcome back to another manga collection video. This time it is the 2025 manga collection video. I haven't done one of these in a year and I've been really excited to do it. Just an updated version, so let's get on to it. Not much has really changed. I haven't gotten too much manga. Only probably gotten about 10 or so, but that's because I've kind of been switching out series and getting them and then like getting rid of some I don't really want. So a lot of these are gonna look the same, but there are some differences and I will point those out. I also got into graphic novels this year, so I will be talking about those and a little bit of novels too, just because I've been reading more of those. So over here we have Dawn Dawn Volume 6, as I talked about the last one. This is from when I went to Rome. It has a different cover from Volume 6, and behind it there's like a little piece of artwork. Over here we have the Green Greens series in Japanese. This is an act series from 2024 that I got, and I've actually started, let's see if I can show it, trying to translate it into English and by just putting sticky notes on like the pages. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Hopefully I can read it in the future. So that's volume 1. This is volume 2, and then volume 3 is over there. Over here is my Shonen Sunday collection, which houses Komi Can Communicate volumes 1 through 34. I think I was at like 31 or 32 the last collection, so now that the series has actually ended, I'm really close. So 3 volumes away. I'm super excited to finish that. I love Komi, probably my 3rd or 4th favorite series. Then over here we have the start of the Shonen Jump Self with Akrabaichi Volume 1. It's been a pretty good series. I haven't been keeping up with it too much this year, but now that it's got an English release, I really want to catch up to it. And the reason I don't have the other 4 volumes that are out right now is because I'm thinking of saving up for the box set, or when eventually the box set comes out, just because I don't want to get the singles right now when I'm focusing on other series. Down here we have Chainsaw Man, we have the Tatsuki Fujimoto before Chainsaw Man, years 17 to 21, and then 22 to 26, which are pretty fire. The anime is pretty fire that just came out. Then we have Chainsaw Man parts 1 and 2, we have volume 19. Chainsaw Man part 2 is crazy. I've started to really enjoy it, and I honestly think it's coming to an end, which is pretty fire. Yeah, always super happy to pick up one of these volumes because this is my favorite series of all time. This is the series that really got me into manga. I've read some before, but this is the one that really sparked my interest for it. Over here's a new one I picked up, Hunter x Hunter and the 3-in-1s. I haven't read Hunter x Hunter before, and right now I'm in the middle of, I think it's volume 7, and it's like the Heavens Arena arc, and it is this is really sick. I love this series, and these omnibuses are not like half bad. Usually like the old omnibuses are not great, the ones by Viz, but these ones are actually pretty solid. I've read this one twice and it hasn't really bended that much, so if you're interested about Hunter x Hunter, this is a great way to go. And over here we have the Silent Voice box set. I got this one last year. It's in the collection video, I think. But yeah, regardless, I love this series, and I'm surprised it actually fit in this tiny section right here. We have Fire series. I have to reread it at some point. Down here is my more miscellaneous shelf. We have Days with My Stepsister, volumes 1 through 3. This is the cool series. I like it a lot. I actually was watching the anime recently, and it was pretty fire. I think it went up to like volume 4 or 5, but one of the more interesting things about this one is that the manga adapts one manga volume is one light novel volume adapted. A lot of the manga that are adapting light novels are specifically like 2 or 3 manga volumes per light novel, so that makes it like not really worth it in my opinion to collect. You'll see in some cases like all are ones I went for the light novels instead of going for the manga in some cases, but this one's a pretty nice one. It's a cute romance. We have Joker 1, Operation Joker here, still here. Over here we have Origin, volumes 1 through 10. I actually finished collecting this series It's great. I love this one. I actually read it twice last year because it was so fire. Kind of adult series too. Kind of look at the volume cover. Yeah, some stuff, but fire series. I'm super hyped that Sunken Rock is getting adapted, or is getting a manga edition by Kodama Tales next year. Or I guess not next year, but 2020, this year, 2026. Then over here we have Shojin X, volumes 1 through 6. I actually haven't been keeping up with Shojin X too much. This actually got volume 6 is the only new volume that I got, and I got it like last month. So I mean, well, I haven't been keeping up. This series is still fire, and Ishida is still one of my favorite manga authors. So yeah. There's one Fire Punch over here, 1 through 8. Had that last time, and then we have the GOAT, Dog Ningen. So I know I talked about this in my last video, how I thought this was actually backwards, but since volume 2 is also like that way, that means that, you know, it's the same. Yeah, but the new edition is volume 2. This is with Nero on it. Pretty fire cover, yeah. Love the series. It's so goofy, so meaningful, yeah. Over here is Junji Ito's Ramina. Pretty fire one. This is probably my favorite Junji Ito. If I decide to get rid of all my Junji Ito series, this is the only one that'll be left. It's a really interesting sci-fi series, and yeah, check it out if you haven't. I really recommend it. Down here's my regular books. Nothing really new with them. I just got this new Marvel What If book because I got into more comics. And then all the way down here, we got some new editions. These are all kind of the same. I got rid of one of the Megumi magazines just because I wasn't interested in them. And then we got the comics. I got White Knight added to the collection, trade paperback form. It's fire. I love it. Probably my favorite Batman story, Elseworld, alternate universe story, yeah. Then over here we have a Shonen Jump edition of Green Green Greens. This has the first chapter of the series, and I love just keeping it even though I just can't read it. Over here, Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re in the box sets. Fire series. This is like top 5 now, I think. I don't know. I haven't read it in a while. I probably read it 2023, but it is still an amazing series. And these box sets are fire. Probably one of the few box sets I will keep or get. Okay, then we're gonna move over to my new shelf that I got this year. It's a pretty cool shelf. It's a nice wooden shelf. It doesn't really match the other one, but honestly, I don't care because it's able to hold like the rest of my shonen stuff, my comics, and my novels and stuff. And it has this pretty nice section up here where I can keep the little doodads. So I'll go over it really quickly. We have the Girlfriends album, the new album that came out. Really cool rock band. And this album came on a special day, so I have it a signed CD for it. So yeah, fire. Then over here we have an audiobook of The Hobbit. This is really cool. It's a gift from my dad. And then over here is the book that coincides with it, and you know the chapters kind of line up and stuff. And then we have the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogy, which I still haven't read yet, but you know, I'll get to it hopefully next year. And then we have Simple Creatures, probably one of my favorite bands. This is the dude from All Time Low, and this is the dude from Blink-182. They combined a man of rock band of sorts. They haven't made a song since 2019, so you know, hopefully in the future you can hear more of it. We have Scrabble. This is like a Barnes & Noble thing that came out. It's like Scrabble basically in a book form, which is interesting. Down here we have Jujutsu Kaisen. So I was actually able to collect the entire series this year. So we have 0 through 26. I'm actually 4 volumes away, which is interesting. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't reread it in a while, but JJK Modulo, which is a new series, has been pretty fire. So hopefully when I collect it all, I'll really enjoy it. Back here we have Dawn to Dawn, volumes 1 through 7, or 1 through 8, and then 13. I actually haven't caught up with Dawn to Dawn, and especially collecting it, I've only gotten to volume 13 this year, which is surprising because I love this series. But yeah, I think there are like 16 now in English, which is crazy. Over here is My Hero Academia. I did catch up with My Hero. I finally have 1 through 40, so I don't know why I still haven't gotten 1 through 42. Yeah, but yeah, I'm around here. I've been rereading it. I think this is like volume, what is it, 16? Yeah. So I'm almost halfway. Almost there. Yeah, My Hero is really cool. I've been on the reread of it, and the first arc was fire. A little bit here is pretty fire too, and it's also kind of especially like the whole battle royale hero to get your license thing was kind of and then the arc I'm on right now, the overhaul arc, peak, absolute peak. So yeah, hopefully when I get to the end, I'll really enjoy this series. And then over here we have a Deku Pop and a Yuji story pop. Okay, and over here we have some books, House of Leaves, some Stephen King books, Death Note. I really do want to finish this series. I think this was like a resolution for me last year to collect the rest of Death Note. Did not happen. I think I got all I got was volume 5. But I want to collect the ones in the Shonen Jump logos, so now I'm just kind of waiting to see if I can find them at used bookstores with the Shonen Jump logo. I don't want to risk it on Amazon when they're like, oh, we'll give you a volume, but it has a Shonen Jump logo. And I'm like, no, but I want the Shonen Jump Advanced logo. And over here we have the short stories. This is my first manga that I got, which is really cool. Peak. I love Death Note. Death Note is probably my first manga I've read, and this is the first one I got, so, you know, it's cool how it coincides. With Initial D, Omni. I like Initial D, I just don't see myself collecting it because it has like 24 of these bad boys, and as you can see, I do not have any room for that, so yeah. Over here's my little Kingdom Hearts collection. We have Final Mix Volumes 1 and 2, Chain of Memories. This is the Tokyo Pop versions of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and then I found the third Omni for the Yen Press adaptations. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 volume, yeah. If you were to read the Kingdom Hearts manga, I really recommend KH1, Chain of Memories, and 2. 3 is kind of alright. I mean, what made these first few ones really good is they adapted and changed some of the source material a little bit. Like, for example, the final fights in KH2 are a little bit different. Like, Jiminy Cricket fights Luxord instead of Sora just beating up Luxord, so yeah. But the KH1 manga is kind of bland. It's kind of just like a straightforward adaptation of the story, so. But this one isn't fully complete in English, so I just kind of have it. And we'll see if I keep it or not. Over here are U2s. They're my favorite YouTuber, Alpharad. Okay, and down here, we have my newest obsession. I think I got obsessed with this in like June of last year, yeah. I was like, I really want to go back into comics, and so I ordered this comic, which is Batman the Quarter Owl Saga, and I was really weirded out when it came out. That was this small instead of like a normal trade paperback like this. This is the normal size for it, but yeah, this is the compacts, and this is a new line that DC came out with that to kind of grab the audience of manga, because these ones are like very similar to very similar size and length to manga. These retail for like $10 a pop, and they're just fantastic. I wasn't like too big of a fan of comics when I was younger, but this has kind of brought me back in. So if you're interested about comics or anything, these are $10, and I really recommend. Quarter Owls, New Frontier, Long Halloween, basically like these couple, and then a couple of those, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of started my comic obsession, but I really want to continue collecting these. So let's go over them really quickly. We have Ultimate Spider-Man. This is my favorite run of all time. I actually read this run all last year. It's so good. Really nice start. If you're interested in reading Spider-Man at all, and you don't know where to start, read Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. It's it's not the new version. There's like a new Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the old one. This is like from 2000. So just look up like Ultimate Spider-Man, parentheses 2000 online. You'll probably find it, yeah. This is part of the same universe, Ultimate Fantastic Four. I read this recently. It's cool. It's cool. These are Marvel's sort of own versions of the DC Compact Comics. These are the Marvel Premiere collections they have. Ones right here, they're like Daredevil Born Again, based off of the show Daredevil Born Again. Captain America Civil War, based off the movie, and Old Man Logan, based off the Logan movie. These ones are cool. I'm not a big fan of Marvel Comics as much as I am DC, because I like Batman more as a character. And I feel like there's a lot of like Elseworld and like self-contained stories of Batman than there is in Marvel. A lot of these are connected in like a big universe, and you kind of have to know some stuff to like get the full gist of it. But if I was recommending anyone, it would be Old Man Logan. So yeah, and some DC comics. American Vampire, Watchmen, V for Vendetta, I have not read yet. And this is all the DC stuff, yeah. Pretty fire. And over here we have my light novel. I also got into light novels this year, and I was collecting Alla. Sometimes How's Your Feelings are Russian after the anime. I started collecting light novels, so we have 1 and 2, and then 6, 7 volume, yeah. I pretty much did just get these 2 volumes for that bit. I have been waiting a while for that bit, so yeah. But yeah, really cool light novel series. And we have my probably favorite one I've gotten so far, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. You saw my last collection video, I did have the Manhwa version for it, but I decided to get rid of it in exchange for the light novels. And light novels are pretty good, Light novels are an interesting category because they're not like, they can be kind of simple at times. Like they kind of spell things out a little more than like regular novels, so it's kind of like weird reading them when like you're going from like Rise and still kind of a little bit easier to read, but still. If you're looking for an easy read, really recommend Omniscient Readers, because this is an amazing story, and now there's a novel for it. So yeah. Over here I got this book nook for Christmas, so yeah. That is cool. So that is that shelf. Now we're gonna move into the final shelf, the one in my room, and I have a ton of manga in there, and then we'll close out the video. Okay, now we're moving on to the final shelf, this white shelf that's in my room. Okay, so down here we have the hardcovers. First up we have JoJo's. And this shelf hasn't really changed. I'm like moved around some stuff, like last year Ramina was in here, and now I just kind of put the Blue Lock box set, so we still have JoJo's Part 1, Volume 1 I got from London, JoJo's Volume 5, 1, 2, and 9, actually gotta finish reading that one, Uzumaki by Junji Ito, Kyo by Junji Ito, and Rohan the Loop, which I still haven't read, which I really gotta read, and then Blue Lock box set, Volumes 1 through 6. My original plan was to collect the box sets for this series, but now that they're releasing 3-in-1s, I'm actually planning on collecting those. So I have to wait through 7 through 9 to come out, and I'll see, because I don't know if they're gonna be great omnibuses, but yeah. Up here we have Chain Soldier, volumes 1 through 12. One of my favorite ecchi series. I love Chain Soldier. The covers are amazing, and I wish I had volume 13 because, oh man, it's a peak cover. But yeah, I'm really glad I have this series, and I will collect it till the end, even though it is kind of a little bit fan servicey, but you know, it's towards the plot, so it's worth it. And over here we have Villain Saga Volume 1, which I still haven't read for some reason, but yeah, hopefully next year will be it. Okay, I'm gonna move all the stuff from the front, and then I'll show the back. And now we're moving on to the shelf that I have a lot of new manga in, and that is, first one here is Isekai Affair, volumes 1 through 3. This is the entire series. This is a manga that's like ecchi, but it's a little kind of more than ecchi. It's Ghost Ship, so it's gonna be more essential for sure. But yeah, this series is cool. It able to take like really change up the isekai formula. Now instead, the main character uses his isekai powers to enable the affair, and it's not like lecturous or anything. It's more like a cute romance. But yeah, so I recommend it if you did enjoy it, but I would say read it beforehand, because this series is not for everyone. Then we have the Cursed Swordsman Harem. This one's cool. It's interesting because This one is also very generic. Yeah, this is another isekai series that I have that, you know, at first glance doesn't look that interesting. But since I don't have that many isekai series in my collection, I was like, you know what? I'm keeping this one because it has an interesting premise. And the way they build out the world is really cool. There's this, like, really big tower where, like, monsters come out and the characters have to fight them. You know, isn't like a new thing, but for my collection it is. So yeah, I'm hoping to collect more of these in the future. I have a haul coming with a couple more of these volumes. And then a Honey Trap Shared House, I have volumes 1 through 4. This one's cool. I actually ended up getting rid of Spy Family because I just wasn't interested in reading it. I felt like I was never going to read it, but this is kind of my only like spy adventure manga. Yeah, but it's cool. It's really interesting. It is also an ecchi, but sorry, there is a lot of really neat moments. It's like a nice found family series. You know, it's got some depth to it, you know, surprisingly. And back here's my new one, Spider-Man Fake Red. This one is absolutely sick. I found this at a half-price books over the summer, and oh my god, is it so cool. Since I got into comics, this was like kind of on my list to grab, but honestly, what really surprised me, let's see if I can find it, is that there's actually colored pages in here. Oh, let's see. Come on. Oh, this color page, yeah. There's that color page at the beginning, you know, the one right there, yeah. But there's actually like colored pages littered within the manga too, so it's like, dang, that's pretty sick. Right there. Then we have Boys Abyss. I really need to finish this series, yeah. I have 1 through 5 and 8 back here. This one's 8's in the way. Since they're so expensive, I've been trying to find them at half price, like book offs or half price books, but with no luck so far. So, but I will get that series finished. I love it a lot. And then we have my one Japanese book that survived the purge of Japanese. I think a couple months ago I got rid of basically all my Japanese books because well, I wasn't gonna read them, and a lot of them were not very appropriate, and I didn't want to keep collecting those kinds of books. So the only one that survived the purge was Death Note Volume 1. So I have this one now. It's kind of cool. And the Green Greens in the other shelf, but that wasn't really on the chopping block. So, and then finally we have some new manga. We have The Climber, which I got over the summer. Really cool manga. I read this first volume, and honestly, a lot of people say that it doesn't start off that great. It's not very interesting, but I honestly was really interested. Yeah, it is kind of generic, but still, it was a fun story. We have Goodbye, Eri, and Look Back, both by Tatsuki Fujimoto, the author of Chainsaw Man. And then we have My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, Volume 1 and 2. Yeah, I was able to find Volume 2, and I honestly don't think that Udon will print the rest of them. So, either this is my collection for My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, or they're going to release the light novels, which I hope. Please, Udon, please, someone release light novels. And then finally, we have Cat's Eye. This is a new one I got for Christmas. I read the first couple chapters for it, and actually read the other series by the same author. What's it? It's the House, not the House Hunter. It's the other series he has, you know. And that series is actually City Hunter. That's what it was. Yeah, I read City Hunter, and I was thoroughly entertained by it. So I'm excited to check out Cat's Eye. And that is it for my collection video of 2025. Thank you so very much for watching this video. If you did make it through, leave a Christmas tree emoji. I'm stealing that idea from Idol Manga because he's the GOAT. I love him. Yeah, I plan to make another collection video next year because I really like these, and I'm stealing another idea from another manga YouTuber of eventually like combining all these videos into one big video and like watching it. I'm not really making it for anyone. I'm just kind of making it for myself. So yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like and comment, and I'll see you next year. Bye guys.